The woman peered through a small hole and saw something terrifying. Every pregnant woman she laid eyes on was being brutally killed. Ellie was horrified because she herself was 9 months pregnant. Overwhelmed with fear, she could only cover her mouth and sob quietly. Meanwhile, a customs inspector noticed that the truck was severely overweight. Ellie was so tense she didn't even dare to breathe loudly. Soon, the man in charge ordered his men to open the trailer. But to everyone's surprise, there were only 2 old crates inside. When the experienced man stepped inside to check for himself, Ellie sensed immediate danger. Thinking fast, she climbed on top of the crates. The man, realizing something was off, switched to a gentle tone and told the stowaways inside that if they came out, he would take them to a better place. Otherwise, he threatened he would order his men to open fire. No sooner had he finished speaking than a pregnant woman opened the iron door, believing she was finally saved. But the next second, she was met with a hail of bullets. The man then ordered his men to drag everyone else out of the trailer. And just like that, the defenseless women were subjected to a horrifying massacre. Ellie was trembling uncontrollably at the sight. She clamped her hand tightly over her mouth, terrified of making even the slightest sound. As the man inspected the scene, a small dog suddenly walked out. Shockingly, he acted gentle and kind with the animal, completely opposite from the cruelty he had just displayed. When the doors were pulled fully open, a tearful little girl was found inside. In the end, Ellie became the only survivor left hidden in the entire trailer. Afterward, the men dragged away the bodies and washed out the trailer. When the heavy doors finally shut again, Ellie's nerves loosened, and she allowed herself a moment of relief. She thought she had survived the worst, that things would finally get better. But she had no idea the real nightmare was only beginning. Before long, the container she was trapped in was hauled to the port and loaded onto a cargo ship. That night, a violent jolt woke her from sleep. She quickly peered out through the small hole and realized the ship had been caught in extreme weather while at sea. The vessel rocked violently as waves crashed against it, nearly tearing it apart. Driven by sheer survival instinct, Ellie pounded on the walls of the container and screamed for help. But with the deafening roar of the storm and crashing water, not a single cry could be heard. Moments later, a massive wave capsized the ship, flinging Ellie's container into the sea. When she regained consciousness, half of her body was already submerged in the freezing ocean water.